So we just stopped for breakfast at the Orleans, which is a great service station for fast food. They got those Zabadankos or whatever they call them. You know, ask the Poles. They're ZAB, but blah, 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 blah. The ones I put on the Facebook or whatever it was the other day. I got to go around back. It's telling me to go back. But they're actually pretty nice, and they're like $2.50 or something stupid. Cheap as chips, mate. Oh no! Is this the right way? GPS is crapping itself. It is fucking too, damn it. Where's it fucking telling me to go? Oh, I got to go out of town. That's where. I know what I've got to do. I got to go back to the roundabout, just out of town. We're gonna get there. This is the shit you do when I've got a GPS, so it's just taking me 30 seconds to work this shit out. In another world, last year I've ridden 3 kilometres down the road before I've realised, and had to go back, and then I've gone another one, and then I've got to go back, and I've got to stop and take my phone out, check the maps on Google if I got internet, blah blah blah. It's a pain in the ass. So where the fuck? It's really shitting itself, this GPS. I don't know what it's fucking doing. No, it's going the wrong way again. Fuck me dead. I've only got one more turn I can take on that intersection, and then I'm fucking... It's telling me to go to Vilnius, but I don't want to go to Vilnius. I want to go to Knaus. Anyway, fuck it. We're going to Vilnius. If we don't fucking find Knaus on the way, fuck it. Third time's a charm, as they say. I saw Vilnius, but we want to go up through Knaus. And we're going to have lunch at Knaus and then head over to Vilnius. It's once you cross the border into Lithuania, pretty much it's dual expressway all the way. Single lane here. And then we're going to stay at Vilnius for a day or two. We've only got about 11 days before we cross into Russia, so we're going to spend a couple of days in Vilnius, head up to Riga, a couple of days there, and then up to Estonia and Tallinn. Jared's thinking he might duck over to Helsinki because he hasn't been into Finland yet. I might even get the boat over there yet myself. I know I can cross the border up there, cross the border straight into Russia from up there as well, so I can just get a boat across, one of the car ferry boats. From memory it's not that much, it was 120 bucks, but you actually can get a boat that takes you to St. Petersburg as well. It's probably not a bad way to go in. I've got to get insurance for the bike before I go in, and the border I checked from Estonia, I'm pretty sure I can get that at a service station just before, which is pretty much always the case. The border guys don't let you in without insurance. Usually they'll check that and they'll tell you where you got to go and get it, so it's not a big deal. It's all pretty simple stuff, the third-party insurance, when you go to these outside countries that we don't know about. You get your green card insurance for Europe, mainland Europe, Schengen zone and that, and Sweden, and you can also get it from Morocco as well, but you get that Moto Camp Bulgaria. There's a plug. Ivo and Polly, they're actually... They're as cheap as anywhere you're going to get it in Europe. I've got it off Stefan before in Germany. And the Germans, they charge it. It's like, works out about $3 a day, if not more. And yeah, I mean, it was expensive as shit. But you get it off Ivo and Polly and down in Motor Camp Bulgaria. Just Google that, you'll find them. And they charge I think it was €124 for 3 months, which is pretty damn good actually for the Euro third party. And you can do it online actually. You can actually do it online and get it posted out to you. You just PayPal them, and then they'll post it out to wherever you want to. You can get it posted just where you're flying in, or back to you, even to home address in Australia or the United States, or wherever you want it, I suppose. If you're prepared to chuck a few more bucks in. But it's really good. That's the way to do your green slip insurance from the Schengen zone. If you're wondering how you get insurance, after my little giveaway to my friendly boys in blue yesterday, but it was funny how a couple of them liked it. They know me. I'd already told them that it wasn't insured. They knew it anyway. Benny from Sweden, when I was up there and I had no insurance, and he came walking over with his mate, and I turned to Ev and said, "Oh shit, Ev, we could be in trouble here." And then he strolls over out of his cop car, and big burly dude, and he just, out comes the paw, and welcome to Sweden. I fucking nearly shit myself. And it worked out alright. He actually works on the motorbike. He's a motorbike officer as well, so he rides around his bike. He's invited me to come back and drag him off so that we can have a run around the city a bit. It's all the coppers are pretty cool. But the insurance is important. I mean, I don't know. Fuck, how would they know I wasn't in, I mean, they just pay it out. It's only whatever it is. But I got a good story about Bratislav, one of my mates, or one of the police stories. This is a good one. You probably read it on the blog, but some mightn't have. I was riding through the back hills of Serbia. I'd come up through Kosovo into Serbia. Was it Kosovo? Anyway, into Bulgaria. I was heading in Serbia, heading towards Bulgaria, and I was just turned off the highway and went up into the hills, and I was just like in the backwoods of nowhere. It was like, frickin' hell, you got to see this place. It was like going, holy shit. It was pretty run down, like you know, everything a westernized movie channel would show you how Serbia looked, which is not the case, but like it's exactly what they would take the pictures and that. And here I am riding down this little country road, and I come across this little tiny Russian car, you know, like one of those little buzz boxes. It's got 3 big burly Serbians in it, and I thought, oh shit, these guys are going to pull me over for sure. They're going like 30 kilometres an hour and cruising along. They're on holidays, you know what I mean? Just nothing much happening out that part of the way. So I go along, and I thought, oh bugger it, I'll go try and go past them. And as I go out comes the hand out the window. Oh shit, I knew it. So I just pull up in the middle of the road, like just not even as wide as this road for two cars, you know. And out come these 3 big Serbians in the middle of the bloody backwoods. I'm sort of going, oh, this could be anything. Never been pulled up in Serbia, obviously. Papers, papers. Oh my god, yeah, alright, here we go. So I had insurance, and I had all my papers in order at that stage. So, you know, you do the old, go to the wrong pannier, take your time, you know, mosey around for a little while, poke and prod in your pannier, trying to waste time. So they go, oh fucking get the hell out of here, mate. And then you're still standing there, my arms crossed, looking at me. So I go to the other pannier and get him out, and I'm just jibbering away, just jibbering his shit. He's standing there with his arms, so you look, we've got the papers in his hand. He's standing up straight, and he's folding through my papers one page after the other, and he says to me, you cannot leave Serbia now. And I said, oh my god, why not? I just want to go to Bulgaria. And he says, you cannot leave Serbia till you come and drink beer with us. Oh, fucking hell, oh my god. That was a relief. So I had to follow him down to this little local place. It was like a little Besser block farm, and cut, you know, little roof on it. And I walk indoor, and there's dozen old Serbian dudes in there drinking their beers and sitting around. And the barmaid was actually super hot. So we're drinking beer and hanging around, and then I say, I gotta go. I can't just sit here and drink beer. What about the drink driving? And they just says, and Bratislav pops up and says, don't worry, we're the cops. And I said, oh god, that's cool. And I said, what about the Bulgarians? He said, don't worry, just give them $5, $5, you know what I mean? And so I said, oh, that's cool. So they come out, and we go down to the border, and I said, I'm taking the barmaid with me. And he goes, no, you're not, she's staying with us. So anyway, I get on the bike and head down to the Bulgarian. They take me down, we go down to the Bulgarian border, and about 8 to 10 or whatever it was, a whole crew of Bulgarians come out and meet me at the border, and it's all shaking hands and everyone's all happy. And they didn't even ask for my insurance, because you have a different insurance for Serbia because they're out of the Schengen, obviously. So I didn't even have my green card insurance for the Bulgaria. So I ride off and didn't get my insurance, and yeah. No, and it turns out that I was the first biker in 3 years to use that road and cross that border, and the last guy was a Greek guy. And they put me in contact with him through Facebook. And when I got down to Thessaloniki in Greece, about 30 of those guys come out and met me. So it was a really nice story. It was fantastic. I'm still friends with Bratislav. This is the kind of welcome you get off the police. And I mean, I've had no problems anywhere in the world with police. I think some people do, but I think it might come down to a bit of attitude. I don't know. I've absolutely had no issue with police anywhere in the world. You know what I mean? It's just been fantastic. I had another one. I got cop stories everywhere. It's fantastic. Another one in the States. I was riding along up near Glacier National Park, and I was doing, I don't know, was flying over the limit. I didn't. It must have reduced from 70 to 50 or 35 or whatever. It was 20 miles an hour or 50, whatever it was. I was way over the limit. And the copper pulls me over. You know, I mean, oh my God, here we go. I thought this is going to be tricky. You know, I mean, I got to have the paperwork. I had all the paperwork for America, so it was all cool. But you know, I mean, it's like the Western world. You can't talk your way out of these tickets as easy. So he pulls me over and he takes my license and the papers for the bike, and he says, "Look, I'm going to have to run it through the computer." So he just says, "Just wait here." So he goes back to his truck and he goes back and he comes. Me and Jeb were just hanging out, just light up a fag and cigarette and whatever you call fags in Australia, cigarette, and he comes back and says, "Look, the bike doesn't even come up on the computer." And I said, "Oh, that's great, I can do anything I want." And he goes, "No, you can't." I said, "Well, basically, yes, I can." He says, "Well, just take it easy then, mate." Well, just take it easy. Didn't say mate, that's my terminology. Just take it easy. So this is the kind of thing you get. I mean, it's just fantastic. And shake of a hand. I think we swapped cards and that. But that's the kind of welcome you get all around the world. It's fantastic. So we're off to Canals first, then to Vilnius for the day, and I'm just going to sit back. This is see this straight road? This is pretty much Polish riding. It's flat and straight, and it's just pretty friggin' boring, really. Anyway, that's my day. That's the start of the day. I might put something else later, but it's been good to have the videos and the blog. It's all right. It's actually alright. It saves me gibbering on type all the time, so you can just listen to my shit. Anyway, check you up.